I'm Jessica Dannheiser and I'm a composer for film and TV. I write a lot of music for television series, sci-fi and drama series, also comedy, family entertainment. I've done a lot of different projects. I have written music for all sorts of different shows. The genres vary enormously, and as a film composer you are asked to write music in so many different styles, but you have to be always thinking about the story that you're telling and the people or the characters that you're trying to support and the narrative that you're trying to support, as opposed to thinking specifically about genre, because that can vary enormously from being orchestral to very electronic to a combination of the two. My background as a composer is very classical. I was very classically trained. I studied orchestration and composition. I did a very academic music degree. Later, when I developed my work as a film composer, I did a lot more work with electronic music and expanding different orchestral techniques, and that's how that developed from there, basically. But my background's very classical, really. So normally the writing process starts with an exploration in my mind to do with the story and the characters or the feeling I want to convey in the music. Conveying narrative in music, whatever genre, whatever story that is, it's very important to get that right for me. That's the starting point that spurs everything else. When I write for live players, I'm thinking mainly about how I can use them to the fullest of their abilities. So especially in London, it's not really about kind of can they play this, but they can play so much. They are the best musicians in the world. So how can I really utilise this band to make them sound amazing and even push the boundaries as far as I can go with what I'm trying to do? I'm thinking about the orchestration, so I'm thinking about register and everything that the orchestra can do, how far I can push that sound to really maximise the impact and the emotional punch of whatever I'm trying to create. I think the most memorable moment for me might have been the first play I ever scored. I think it was the first time I'd really written for a story, written for a narrative piece, and this group of 6 players came in their own free time and played my score, and that was just incredible. I think I got the bug from that point and I was hooked completely. My favourite piece I've written for Audio Network is one that I wrote recently. I really like it because it's orchestral but it has electronic elements, and although it's got quite a strong theme, the harmony below this theme, which sounds quite like a normal recognisable theme, is really, really chromatic and unusual and goes through all sorts of different harmonies. And I think it sounds quite slick, like a bit of a kind of serial killer vibe, and yeah, I think that's my favourite. Great music for me is all about suspense and tension and then the release of that. So whether that's Beethoven or whether that's Crazy P, it's the build-up and it's the fulfillment of that expectation that gives you the dopamine rush and that connection to what you're hearing. And that is also about storytelling and enhancing a narrative and making you feel like you're going on a journey emotionally.